Speaking of water, we got a lot today in the form of rain, but we're getting a bit of a break at the moment.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a pattern this week. We get that rain event, and then we get a bit of a breather. We get a bit of sunshine back in the forecast before that next wet weather system moves in. So we're just dealing with the dissipating stage of that rain right now. We did get a good amount of it over the city today, though, about 26 millimeters so far, but starting to see a little bit of blue sky on our screen there. 16 degrees currently our high so far for today. And there on your watches and warnings radar satellite, you can see that system start to weaken and track to the east of us. So when we look at the next 24 hours here, should get a good amount of clearing throughout the evening. It'll be cool though, so temperatures down to 9 degrees tonight with some easterly winds, so that's not a very warm direction. Tomorrow, a decent amount of sunshine as well. Good time to be outdoors with those southwesterly winds, but then anticipating more instability back in the forecast for tomorrow. And of course, your 24-hour forecast brought to you by 5th Avenue Volkswagen, where you can win your ride. See dealer for details or visit 5thavvw.com.
You know, in terms of that hot summer weather, it's been a while since we've had it, right?
Yeah, we've always been a touch under seasonal at best, or it's days like today where we only managed to get into the mid-teens. So high so far for today, 16 degrees. Not really seeing us move the needle much more today, but you can see on our Skywatch weather camera, starting to see the clouds push out, a little more blue sky and sunshine working its way into the sky there. But yeah, you can see on this board here, temperatures not overly warm, 18 downtown. That looks to be the hot spot, 17 at the airport. So hey, that's where we get our temperature values from, and looks like we did manage to eke up to a high of 17. And over in Strathmore, we're at 16 degrees right now. Get your daily dose of greens at Serenity Golf Club, just 20 minutes east of Calgary. Outside of Calgary, we are seeing very similar temperature values to the south of us, 17 in Lethbridge, 19 over in Medicine Hat. Central Alberta, around 14 in Red Deer. Edmonton, cooking compared to everywhere else at 24 right now. So quite a range in our temperature values currently. Tomorrow we'll see a bit of a rebound back into some seasonal conditions. Still monitoring some thunderstorm watches in the extreme southeast corner there, tracking into Saskatchewan, and it's from that dissipating system that we experienced throughout the day here. Brought a good amount of rain over Calgary, and you can see a lot of lightning tracking to the east as it exits Alberta into Saskatchewan right now. But just a quick look at us in the city here. You can see a bit more of that clearing happening. Should be done with the rain for a little bit here. But let's take a look at tomorrow. This is your Friday storm outlook. So we have a moderate risk in the Calgary area where we could see winds get up to 90 kilometers an hour and hail up to 5 centimeters in diameter. In the minor risk zone, 1 to 2 centimeter size hail possible, and those winds at around 70 kilometers an hour. Now in this zone here in the south, winds could be stronger, hail could be larger. And there is the potential, if the surface winds are blowing one way and then the upper winds blow another, that we'll get that circulation that could create some tornadic development. So a lot possible for tomorrow. Is a bit of a situation, hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. Radar, or excuse me, your futurecast here showing some nice clear conditions as we get into Friday morning. That instability working its way back into parts of southern Alberta, pushing off the foothills as we get into the evening hours. But this model, pretty conservative with that storm potential, at least for the extreme south there. But we certainly seem to see that nocturnal thunderstorm setup once again enter into Calgary late Friday night and early Saturday morning. On and off rain throughout the day, and even more rain expected as we get into Sunday. This model just doesn't go that far ahead. But here's a regional forecast for you. For the next 3 days, we can get a preview of Sunday here. Looks like a lot of areas will experience cloudy conditions and showers as well. Temperatures not too bad compared to today at least, but we're still trending below seasonal as we progress throughout the next 5 days here. So 21 tomorrow with that thunderstorm risk in the evening, pretty similar for Saturday, and then we cool off a bit and get a little more gloomy into next week.
We were just talking about going to the movies, and it could be a good weekend for it. You might hear a thunderstorm when you're in the theater, though.
It might just add to the experience.
Sure.
You never know. But right now, getting a bit of calm back in the forecast after that pretty gloomy, rainy day out there. We did get 26 millimeters of rainfall in Calgary, so that cooled us off, only getting up to a high of 17 today. Bit of a rebound temperature-wise tomorrow. We'll get some morning sunshine, so 21 for Friday and Saturday, but you can see a weekend full of active weather on tap. We'll have more details tonight at 6.
Well, the day started out pretty soggy, but it's not a bad night. Gina joins us now. So what do the next few hours hold?
Well, I'm smelling the barbecue right now, so somebody's ready to be done with the rain. And I do see, I hear a little bit of thunder. There is one cloud behind me here that may just add a little bit added precipitation to some areas in the north right now. But clearing is on the way. We should get some sunshine a little later this evening. We're at 15 right now, so starting to cool off out there. Tonight will cool off to a low about 9 degrees, but a nice sunny start to Friday morning. But it's going to be a weekend packed with active weather, Tara. So I'll break it all down in our full weather hit coming up.
So let's check in with Gina again as we look ahead to our 5-day forecast.
Yeah, seeing a little bit of instability over the city right now. So that rain just not quite finished with us yet. It's not a widespread rain cloud over Calgary right now, but you can see winds are variable yet strong. So that's usually an indication of some low pressure. And of course, our pressure is falling this hour too. So we could see some parts of the city just get a little bit more precipitation over the next couple of hours before this system dissipates and we get some clearing overnight. Temperatures right now are slightly dropping too. We did manage to get to a high of 17 in Calgary today, sitting at 15 right now. So we've already cooled off a couple of degrees over the last hour here. 18 if you're joining us in Medicine Hat, same down in Lethbridge, central parts of Alberta. A little bit warmer. Edmonton was in the 20s today, so dodging that system that hit. Was anything on the screen? What's that? Were they?
Welcome back. Apologies for our technical glitch. Okay, apologies again for our technical glitch. Maybe it was weather somewhere that knocked us off. I don't know what people saw, so just do it again.
Hey, yeah, you know what? Blaming the weather, we love to do that, and we can certainly make that the excuse in this case, especially because we're still seeing some slight remnants from that system that passed through today. You can still see counterclockwise flow, but it's really expanded this system. So in Calgary here, still seeing just a slight chance of maybe some lingering precipitation impacting areas in the north and to the east, but this is all starting to die off and clear out. Tomorrow, though, we have another setup for more active weather. It should be clear in the morning, but we do see that moderate risk potential throughout the afternoon. So Calgary could see winds if a storm cell sweeps through up to 90 kilometers an hour, and hail could get up to 5 centimeters in diameter. And if you're joining us to the south in that kind of black circle perimeter there, you're at an even higher risk of stronger winds, larger hail, and maybe even the chance of sort of tornado development as well. Of course, this outlook should be used as a tool to prepare for the worst, but still hope for the best. These are the extreme case scenarios, but we do see over the next 3 days many areas encountering cloudy conditions, rain, and instability, and some cooling temperatures. Not everywhere in the south. You might dodge it in Brooks and Pincher Creek for the most part, but it definitely seems like we're just getting one round after the other of active weather and systems moving through. And by Monday next week, we cool off even more and get a more stable, gloomy, cloudy system in effect for your Action Furnace 5-day forecast.
That would be exciting for everybody. The players,
yeah.
The refs, the fans.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's kick off trending with a feline who loves her feathered friends. I was not expecting this kind of friendship. I was a bit worried there. It's not an attack. It's a big hug that black duck is receiving. And then, of course, this guy doesn't want to be left out. So the white duck jumps in there, too. It feels like these three spend a lot of time together, just chilling out, having some cuddles.
I'm wondering if the cat thinks it's a duck or the ducks think they're cats.
Hard
that's
to say.
Why this is all
it works. It works.
It's working out. Yeah.
Well, not to be outdone, here's another very unlikely friendship. A curious canine and his buddy, a baby hammerhead shark. Now, like, the shark could have darted off at any time. He obviously wasn't too worried, so the dog wasn't being aggressive in any way. They just were happy to play together in the water, I guess.
The shark's like, this is the weirdest looking fish I've ever seen.
I don't know what's happening, but I'm going with it. Yep. Well, finally, an adorable game of peekaboo. This little cockatiel can't contain itself. The towel lifts. It just has to say peekaboo. He learned this parroting from his owner, and now he loves to play the game.
Yeah, hopefully it's only when the towel is happening
and it's not
in the middle of the night.
Yeah. 3 a.m. Go to sleep.
Yeah.
Still to come.
Yeah, still seeing a bit of a rain cloud development over parts of Calgary right now. We have another angle here I'll show you in just a moment that shows even it has those virga clouds. So we're seeing that precipitation trickle towards the surface, but it might not be quite materializing. That's the shot there for you, but also seeing a little bit of sun here as well. Sitting at 15 degrees currently, managing a high of 17 today. So outside of that normal seasonal range, it was cooler today because of that low pressure system that swept through. We'll get a little closer to seasonal tomorrow, but winds right now are coming from that cool direction as well. So at around 13 kilometers an hour here in Calgary out of the northeast, which again was where a lot of our weather was coming from circulating today. Temperature change over the last 24 hours. We are 4 degrees cooler today at this time than we were yesterday, but we will have a bit of a rally as we look ahead tomorrow. Up to 21 degrees for your Friday forecast there. So normal is 23. We're a little closer to it, and the more south you go, the more seasonal you get. But we're not done with the active weather. Playing out your future cast here, we'll see some clearing tonight. A mainly sunny start to Friday, so a good time to be outdoors will be the morning. This model, it's not quite showing that convective energy making it to Calgary, but there is the potential there, and it certainly gets more developed and pronounced as we get into early morning hours. So nocturnal thunderstorms, a likely possibility heading into Saturday there, and we could probably see a second round or 2 or 3 throughout the rest of the weekend. Looking at your 24-hour forecast, brought to you by Action Furnace, fixed right or it's free. Down to 9 tonight with that clearing, 11 degrees for your morning, and then like I mentioned, 21 tomorrow, but that strong chance of some afternoon or evening thunderstorms.
That's why he said check your junk drawer, because it could be the old Canadian Tire money in there that could be worth a fortune.
Yeah, I'll have to take a look tonight. Weather a little unstable, but we're getting through the tail end of it here. So some good clearing on tap for this evening, but we could see a little bit of fog in the morning. That's what Graham saw out in the southwest part of Calgary here, Calgary in the Weasel Head Nature Park there. Beautiful shot of that fog this morning. So that again could be what we experience tomorrow. Mainly sunny start throughout the morning hours there, but we'll see that instability as well throughout the day. And of course, that picture was brought to you by Weather Window, Lux Windows and Doors, crafting quality windows and doors for your style, budget, and Alberta's climate. The rest of the weekend, yeah, active weather is on tap, and even starting into next week, showers throughout the day, some cooler temperatures as well. So many people are probably wondering, when is this all going to be over? And it looks like we should start to see a nice warm up as we get into next Wednesday, peaking on Thursday to 26 degrees, and then just trending towards seasonal next weekend, Tara.
There's hope.
There's hope.
Thank you, Gina. And thanks for your company tonight. Have a terrific evening.